Hello everyone, my name is Adi. I'm an intermediate over the board chess player with a provisional rating of 1400. In this series, I'm starting a challenge climbing to 2200 in rapid games on chess.com. The twist is that I'm playing the bird as white, and against one e4, I'm going for the accelerated dragon setup, and against one d4, I'm playing one f5. It's been an interesting challenge in the previous days. This is day 8. And we played white in our previous game and we played the bird as usual. It pretty got wild real quick and it was kind of interesting. I found some lovely ideas when I was down to 50 seconds. So I was quite proud of the last one, to be honest, and that's why I'm all smiley. And we are up 1410 now, so we're back to the 1400 club. So if you're just learning new openings or you just enjoyed the grind, feel free to follow along. So let me go over and get a game. I must say that I haven't looked at any opening. So we're playing black now. We're playing against someone who is rated 1477. Wow. And this one e4, and we'll be going for the Sicilian as usual. Oh wow. Maybe what they are trying to do is after knight c6, they want to play bishop d4. But I think this should be a risky play after. Okay. So what is the move here? If I play knight c6, so knight c6, bishop c4. If I play d5, and after d5, oh, there's no bishop g4, which is quite sad. So if I play knight c6, after bishop c4, can I just play something like this? Well, I think I can. So knight c6, bishop c4. If I play knight f6 and they play something like maybe e5, if I take with the knight and they play something probably like this, okay, I'll just go knight c6. Honestly, I think knight c6 looks very much interesting. If bishop c4, okay, so they're going for d5, and this is some sort of maybe anti-Sicilian setup. Okay, I want to play knight here. Yeah, I do want to play that. So, interesting. So it just says Sicilian Defense, it doesn't say anything. And our opponent is quite playing fast. Probably they are very used to this structure. Well, I've never played against 2 queen f3 before, so it's quite a whole challenge. This is very new. So what are the ideas for white here? If they strike with d4, after cd4, and we play something like probably d6. So this is what I'm showing. Apologies, I wasn't drawing the arrow. So I'm thinking of something like so d6 here, right? With the ideas of going bishop g4, and if h3 now, I just develop with g6. This is bishop g7, then I just castle. Yeah, I think there's always this idea if they take, okay, so that's just a loss of tempo. So I can develop this now with the tempo, which is bishop g4. If bishop g4, the queen has to step back. I quite don't see what knight e5 does. where there's all sort of ideas of maybe knight e5 now. Okay, let me just play bishop g4. If the queen comes here, and the queen probably has to move. Okay. If the queen steps back to, yeah, the queen has to like stay on this file. So okay. So if g6, let's say something like f3, bishop e. Okay, so let me play g6. G6 just looks very much interesting. Well, there's ideas of playing b5 now and just making sure this knight can't get into the game. b5, and I can play queen a4, a5. So I think b5 is quite an interesting move. Yeah, I think b5 should be very much interesting. So I still want to play bishop g7. So my candidate moves here are bishop g7. I'm thinking bishop g7 or b5. So bishop g7 allows me to castle as soon as possible. And b5 threatening to go for the knight. So I think I can do both. So bishop g7. Because if I'm able to castle, then I have options of going d5. Okay. So I mean, this just feels like something that I need to, so let me just castle here. And if they propose to trade the bishop on e2, I'll probably go bishop e3 and strike with b5. And there are ideas of if d4 now, so if d4 now, after cd4, cd4. So this I knew I wasn't going to play. So if I take, they want to take back with the queen. Okay, let me just probably slow down. I mean, if I move bishop d7, the castle, then if I strike with b5, I want to play bishop d7. I don't want to allow the trade of the, but bishop d7. Okay, so let me go bishop d7. I hope I'm not hanging anything. Yeah, so bishop d7, if they castle b5 now. Okay, so bishop d7. I quite like the pace that we're playing. I think I'm starting to get familiar with the structures of the Sicilian, which is something to be proud of. So let's say I played something like knight g4, bishop takes g4, bishop g4, and we have autonomy over the light square. Or if I start with something like h5 now, h5, there's probably h3 and that stops that. This queen is starting to get out of square, so let me try something like here. I mean, f5 now comes with a tempo, so if I think, oh, there's always f3 tempo, I guess. Okay, I mean, I have the bishop here, which is something to be mostly proud of. It's just a Sicilian defense, so if we are able to blow the center open now, I think it should be a very interesting game. So takes. So if we take on d4, so let me say something like cd4. If knight takes on d4, if we take, they take back with the pawn. So I'm thinking cd4, and after queen b6, what is the way? Because if cd4, knight cd4, if knight takes, if queen can't take, they have to take with the pawn, and after queen b6, something like rook d1, f5, if ef5, f5 doesn't make any. Well, if rook d1, can I go for h5? If h5, there's something like f3. Oh, there's no rook d1 at the end of that line, so let me take. So if I take with the bishop, they take back with the knight. So I'm thinking taking with the bishop. So let me say bishop takes d4, knight takes d4, and after queen b6, how do they defend this? If queen b6 now, they have ideas of playing d5. Then are we just in time to just play something like knight e5? Okay, I think queen b6 looks very much interesting. And look at how this bishop dominates that diagonal. Well, if they threatens to take now, if they push f here, oh wow, I think that's a very interesting move to make. If they push f3, can I just take? So takes, and after knight, no. So, oh wow, I think there should be a tactic here. Really? So let me just calm down and calculate. I think there should be a tactic. So bishop take h3, gh3 for sure. And if bishop takes d4, knight takes d4, queen takes d4. If queen takes, we take back here. And at the end of the line, we have a knight, two rooks. No, let me calculate it again. So what I'm saying is this. We take here, they take back. So we are down a bishop for 1 pawn. So if we take here, that's the second pawn. They take back with the knight. We take back with the queen. They take back with the queen, and I take back with the knight. So I have a knight, 2 rooks, 4, and they are going to have 2 rooks, 1 bishop, and 1 knight. No, I don't think that's a fair trade. No, I don't think that's a fair trade. Okay. Yeah, let me just retreat the bishop, and there's still this threat now. But I think after this, there's always rook d8. If rook d8 now, maybe I can start with e6 and try something like f4 and ideas of rook e8. Yeah, probably. If rook d1 is not played now, I think we're just going to be up a pawn. Okay, so this gives us the perfect. So f4, and what if they don't trade? Take. Okay, so f4. Oh, let me just hold on and calculate. That's how I blundered the last move. So f4, if they don't take, then I push f4 now, apparently. And if knight takes, then we have this. And we have this. And if knight takes, we have this. And if queen takes, we have this. And the knight cannot jump here because the bishop is guarding that. So let me play f5 here. And if e5, I can just take on e5. What am I thinking? I can just take twice. Wow, this is very sharp. And if e5 now, d5, we trade the queen on e3. And after something like knight takes e3, if knight takes e3, then I have something like knight b4, threatening to come to. No, I can't go there anyways. I can't go there. Maybe something like knight e5. Interesting. I hope we have not misplayed this. I just genuinely hope we have not misplayed this. I mean, I don't want to give up the bishop here. Yeah, I do not want to give up the bishop here, honestly. Yeah. I think we're down 4 minutes on the clock, but sometimes time is not the enemy if you're able to. If you're in a winning position and we're able to hold our nerve. Oh, wow. Wow. I think this doesn't look alright because this just allow something very dangerous on their king. So let's say after f4, queen takes f4, knight takes, if knight takes, bishop takes, if knight takes, queen takes. Oh. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking knight takes on d4. If knight takes, so and after f4 there's something like queen f2 pinning our knight still, and I can't still move the knight. Okay, so I can't take. Maybe all we need to do is just open up the game. So after f4, if queen takes e4, there's something like this, and I think that should lose the knight. I think so. So after fe4, fe4, if we trade here, they take back with the, and we have rook f8 with the tempo. Okay, so let me just trade. So take, king takes, and after rook f8 check, the king just want to go back. And do I even have any entry point to the game? Okay. Does the trade favor us? If takes, so let's say rook takes on f1, king takes. I don't have any check. I don't have any check that does any damage. Okay, maybe I need to start rerouting the knight now. So, I mean, trading is not the problem. Trade, and rook f8 check. And after king goes back to g1, what's our move? Can I take? I still can't take here because it is defended twice. Well, I can play e5 now. Oh, so let me take. Yeah. e5 now. Yeah, but this just blocked the bishop, I guess. And after d5, I take, and they take back with the knight. And after bishop take. So take. Oh, queen here can be played. If queen a here, they take here. And if I give queen here check. Ah, no. That can't be played. So let me just take. Yeah, this is becoming more close now. Oh, I just allowed the bishop into the game. Maybe I can play something like this probably, but the game is closed now and there's no way for me. Yeah, they probably want to trade as well. The position is closed. Okay, maybe I can play something like... Wow, this is starting to become very uncomfortable. And I have no entry square. And my bishop are closed. Wow. Okay, so let me play something like this. Yeah, I think I've misplayed this. I've misplayed this so badly. I shouldn't have traded the queen. And we are low on time, we have no direct attack. But I think the pawn on e5 is weak if I'm able to get my knight on c4. So if a5, let's say a5, knight c3, yeah, I don't have any entry point to the game. Okay, I think I do, but that's quite a long way. Maybe something like rook c. Yeah, maybe something like rook c8. I think I've, but oh, and I'm just dropping this knight. And I'm dropping this pawn. What am I doing? Oh. This is total collapse. Yeah, I'm dropping the pawn on a6 now. This is... I think I blundered again. Yeah, I think I did. I think I did now. If rook here, yeah, I just blundered the game. Oh, close. I think I shouldn't have closed the position. My bishop couldn't do anything now. I need to open up the position, but I can't find a way to do that. Now here, if takes, yeah, I'm long on time. Yeah, and I can't play this, can I? This is just bad. Oh, this is so bad. Yeah, which I knew they were going to play. This is so bad. And if something like this, and they played that, I can't come back. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've misplayed this greatly. maybe h4. I've just misplayed this, honestly. So there's no way to target this pawn. So if I move here with a check, if the king moves, can I afford to trade? I can't afford to trade because my rook is just... Yeah, this is just losing. Yeah, this is just terribly losing now. Yeah, I have to play something like g4 because I need to attack this pawn as badly as I can. Yeah, and I'm down to 42 seconds. Oh. I mean, I'm down. I'm just sincerely down on time. Apologies for not explaining my thought process. I just gave away that pawn. I should have played a5 anyway because I was scared of knight coming to c6, and that would have even been better to have played it. So if this... I mean, if I'm able to trade this pawn, I think I'm just completely fine. I think I just have to open up this position for my bishop because my bishop are absolutely terrible. This is a close position, and we all know bishop are bad in close position. Okay. So here, what does that do? It doesn't do anything. Here, here. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I need to play h5 and just like... Yeah, I mean, this is just pretty. I think white is completely winning in this position unless they decide to blow it up. I think they are completely winning. I mean, they should be completely winning. So takes, rook takes. Oh, I just panicked. Check here. Oh, I just think I'm losing. Honestly. Yeah, I just think I'm losing. Yeah, I'm just down. Like I mean, there's no way anyone is winning this game. There's no way anyone is winning this kind of. Oh, probably I should have played something like that. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry for keeping that silent. I'm just completely lost in this game. I don't know what to do. Oh. Yeah, and I think that loses the game. Yeah, I just completely lost the game. Yeah. Yeah, I just completely lost. Yeah, I'm just completely lost. Yeah, so let's do a game review. Yeah, I was just completely lost. So why is it showing that? I can't do a game review. Apparently I have to renew my subscription. So let me just show you. I'll spend pharmacy. So this was all fine. Bishop b5, a6. So that was g6. So bishop g4 was the third recommendation move by Stockfish. So I played that as well, and after this, and it was +1 from here, and e5 needed to be played as soon as possible. But e5, I was looking at something like this. Then I can still go bishop e6. But I didn't do that. So all of this, I kept missing the chance. I should have traded. So here castles, g4 here. So knight g4 here was a tempo too late. So bishop takes, d4, cd4, cd4, and here I should have played e5 immediately. So this bishop d7 was the best move. Knight here, rook a c8 had to be played, or f5, which was the second best move. So we played f5. This was good. fe4. These are all the top line from the engine, and a5 needed to be played here. So I didn't do that. I gave a check, king g1, and e5, which was the best move. This was not the best, and after knight d4, and if takes, ed4. Oh, and this way I don't end up closing the position, because after something like, let's say excuse me, after something like this, there's just b4, and there's nothing white can do about this position. Even after queen e1, there's bishop b5, and something like this is absolutely coming. And after bishop g5, there's rook f1 check. The queen has to take, and after this, take. So I have a queen for a knight and a rook. And after d3 check, absolutely, bishop e3, queen b5, and there's no way to save the knight. Or is there a way to save the knight? Let's say knight goes here, and d2. Let's say the knight comes back, and I just trade on f1 with a queen, then I make another queen. And if knight e1, there's just bishop takes b2, and this is absolutely winning. So apparently I didn't do that. I played this, which was the start of the mistake. Knight b7 had to be played immediately, and after this I had to play knight c5. I saw knight c5, but I was like, after this, apparently bishop h6, and after, let's say something like this, how do I win? Oh, there's nothing like that. So let's say it decides to bring, so there's bishop d2, and if the knight comes back, there's c4. After bc4, and we would get a way to queen this pawn. So I didn't do that, which I just completely, these are the things I'm working on. I have a problem visualizing the position. I saw that I could play I saw that I could play. I wanted to play something like this, which was apparently losing, I guess. I wanted to play something like this, and I felt if he's able to get something like c6 and I trade, there's no way to stop this pawn. After c7, there's no way for me to stop this pawn, because if knight e6, for example, there's just rook c1, and there's no way. I have to play rook c8, and I'm trapped defending this pawn. And after something like bishop b6 now, if b4, can the bishop just take? Oh, there's bishop h6, and if the rook move, oh, there's this check. Okay, so I think that was the start of the game, and I was playing so timidly because I was low on time. So I played something like rook c4, which is not the best. King f1 was the best move. Kudos to our opponent. So knight here, rook c8 has to be played back, and this with knight b7, and trading here was a big mistake. I wanted to play knight c5, but I felt after something like this, and after dc5, oh, and after knight d3, there's c4. If bc4, and the knight go here, oh, there's just bishop h6, and if the rook move, oh, there's bishop a4, and if come here, and there's bishop d2, and after rook a3, there's bishop c2, and apparently this is a sort of a fortress. I'm down a pawn, but it seems that after knight c3, there's bishop c1. No, there's bishop c1, and if rook a5, there's just bishop d2, and I just have to keep shuffling up and back. And let's say after this, if it comes back and I play something like this and it goes here, then I just continue to play bishop d2. If bishop d2, and let's say for instance he decides to play maybe something like this, and he just loses the knight, or even something like this wins, queen e2, then I just take. Oh wow, that was a very good fortress. So that I didn't play, and from here I just started losing the trade. Here, this, and I think I had the chance to get back into the game after this. Rook c, I thought rook c8, and he can play something like this. And after g4, if he takes, bishop g5, rook f3, and I have to go for the same setup again. Bishop d2, knight c6, and there's rook a8, and after this, oh, ba4, and I just take on a4. What if he tries something like this? Takes, oh no. Yeah, knight g5. Yeah, so which obviously I didn't play. Knight c3, g4, which was the top recommended move. I think g4 was the top line, which was plus 0.1, 0.56, and after that was bishop, and bishop g5 was the best. And after this I had to play rook e2. I had to play h4. I saw h4, but after this, bishop f4. Oh, there's bishop f4. And if rook d3, because he wanted to take here, there's knight g5. And after this, e3 check. King h2. Oh, there's no way I'm finding this. Oh no, okay, there's something like rook f2 here. Oh, good luck finding this. Knight d3. And I just like boxing the king here, and there's nothing he can do. Rook e1. And there's this check. King h3. Oh, then I take, and after take, there's just this killer move. Wow. After this take, oh. And this is actually winning. So I didn't do that. I took, and this was, I let him slip up again. King g7 was the best, and here knight h6 has to. I saw knight h6, which I think I did play. I didn't play. I saw knight h6, but after rook g3, I didn't know what to do. Oh, I could have played bishop f4 and king g3 and rook h8. Bishop takes g6 check and something like, let's say this. King g5. So g3 only move. G3 only move. Knight g4. King g2. Rook h2. King f1. Knight e3. King g1. g2 check. And after king h1, I take on h3. Wow. And after this check, there's just calmly king f6. And if this check, oh, I mean, it was too complicated and I was too down on time. So this check here, and it was +4 around here. So I took, and this even gave me a chance to get back into the game. And there's just, I didn't know why I played this. I had no idea why. I completely saw this. And rook takes f4 is the only moves that keep the game going for white, because he has to take. Let's say try something like knight c6. And after bishop d5. Let's say just try something like maybe this. There's just bishop e6. And he has to take, and this take. And king f5. Practically, is this audible for black? I mean, he has pawn, and I just have to like keep defending the whole game. So king e3. Oh, so I didn't do that here, and from here on, it was just a beautiful game for our opponent. It was just a beautiful game here on. So I just started losing the trade, and this takes, and I finally just resigned. So we won one, we lost. We won, we lost. Hopefully I'm able to get a grip on calculating better and fixing my visualization skills. Thank you for watching this video. If you do enjoy this, I'm very sure you will enjoy day 7. And I'll see you some other time. Bye.